MULN shareholders and moneymakers, welcome back to the channel. We are going to talk about very juicy, very interesting announcement and information about MULN. Don't miss out on June 27th because that could cause some pump and some of the precisely price spike in terms of the MULN stock. MULN traded on NASDAQ, $1.46. Take a look. We saw a pretty good upstream or upswing in MULN stock in last 1 month. We were up almost 50% from below $1.98. We went all the way up to $1.60, and right now we're closed at $1.46. I don't want you to miss out on June 27th, which is on Monday, and this is why I am sharing this video with you. MULN share or MULN company as a company, MULN Automative issues the update to their shareholders, so I'll be covering some of the details there. We'll be also taking a look at MULN Automative that they announced filing the US and international patent application for MULN's 5 EV crossover, which is amazing. Their battery testing is looking pretty good as well. They did the second taste and which is looking pretty promising as well. That can open up a ton of doors in terms of revenue, not only just the revenue within the car, but they're also potentially expanding themselves into getting the royalty deals or licensing deals all in all, which is going to be amazing as well. It got a lot of traction. Take a look here. MULN Automotive stock heads for 6-day winning streak after company discusses the patent application, so we'll look into it. We'll do some of the technical analysis. I'll be sharing more details about their moving average, how MULN is moving. Also, we'll do some but the volume analysis, as I just mentioned. We'll take a look at RSI and how the moving average is on a daily basis with 1-day interval and also with 5 minutes, and I'll be sharing all that juicy information. Before I go ahead, I just wanted to ask you if you can hit the like button. We can share this information with more and more people. Remember, there are only 2 days before we can see some of the spike because of the Russell indices. It's going to get launched on MULN, so we'll be looking forward to that. Now, I also want you to pay an attention that MULN has been trying to get to $5, which is one of the big news because it could be 3x price point. Looking at what we have seen back in the days, take a look for 1-year data. We were at $12, we got back down, we went to $3.31. Once we cross this $3.25 mark, there will be another peak that we might see very soon, which is $5, and people have been speculating around $5. I'll be covering that. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comment section below if you really believe that MULN can hit 2 to 3x in 2022, which is a pretty big possibility. At the least, I expect you to hit the like and subscribe, so that motivates me and also tells me that I should do more and more MULN videos. Now let's see what's happening. So on 1-day outlook, we have seen that it was flat, the stock more or less. But 5 days, we saw that there is a spike of $14. We went from $1.28 all the way to $1.67 and trying to find where we can go. And finally, we closed at $1.46, which is 14% spike. We started seeing, in my last video, you can watch out before a few days, we started talking about MULN since $1. And that's another winning streak that we started seeing around end of May, and it is only just 1 month and we have seen almost 50% return on our investment. So congratulations if you own MULN, if you bought MULN around $1 when I spoke about it. You want to give me a like just for making 50%. Now you want to sell, whenever you want to sell, you make money only when you sell, but you want to remember that you can sometimes ride for free as well, and that's what I've been sharing with my viewers, my subscribers, and you should also watch out my previous videos where I'm talking about how to ride for free. MULN Automative issues the update for shareholders, and which is precisely what I was looking for as well. 2022, as MULN says, has been an exceptional year for us so far, and they're very proud of the effort that MULN team has done. They have made significant progress in a number of key areas. That's what their CEO, David Micheri, mentioned. He's CEO and chairman of MULN Automotive. Now, what you should be thinking about when you think about MULN Automotive, one of the big thing is MULN solid-state polymer battery cell was successfully tested for the second time at the Battery Innovation Center BIC in Indiana. Now this is once again a big thing because on one charge it can go all the way up to 600 miles, which is itself is one of the biggest wide range with one full charge. This also follows up with the testing from an accredited facility that shows the promise for solid-state polymer cell technology when scaled to the vehicle pack level and when used in EV. We have seen that Lucid has a pretty good success with this, and Mullen is going to beat what Lucid has done if they successfully can launch this. Now that is going to also be the licensing revenue stream because potentially Mullen is looking into areas outside of this EV vehicle. Mullen delivered the first EV van under the pilot program to a telecommunications provider to the southeastern part of US on May 12, 2022. So once again, this is a fresh news because if this is successful, they can do more and more similar types of things. Now remember, this is a pilot and we are going to see some early results and useful feedback from this particular telecommunication provider very, very soon. The company has requested certain van modifications in support of their anticipated use for their personal, whatever the use that the company has been doing. The van also has been picked up and it is currently being modified to fit the specs required by the customer in anticipation of a vehicle purchase order, including an upgrade to 80 kilowatt-hour battery pack. Now, this is custom vehicle, of course, but they will have standard vehicles for any and every business if this goes successful, and the chances are they'll get successful. Mullen expects to join Russell 2000 and 3000 indexes on June 27, 2022, which is Monday. You don't want to miss out because that's when we might see higher volume. We may see some spikes as well. It could be buy the news and sell the rumor type of situation as well, or buy the rumor and sell the news type of situation as well, rather. Now, in the long term, even if there is a peak and then it goes back down, in the long term, it is looking pretty promising. Think about Mullen as a $500 million valuation for the company. Their market cap is right now $485 million US dollars. And if you think about their overall what they're doing in terms of the operating expenses, $30 million more or less. Their balance sheet is also looking healthy because they have cash and short-term investment, about $65 million. So they have enough cash at the moment. Their balance sheet shows that as well. After market opens, according to this preliminary list of the addition posted by FTSE Russell on June 3rd, 2022. So a big catalyst that is coming up from Mullen is Russell 2000 and 3000 indexes. On Monday, market open, we'll be able to figure out what it does on NASDAQ as well. The company's stock will also be automatically added to the appropriate growth and value indexes as they mentioned. Mullen reached out to an agreement subject to the approval by the shareholders to secure a $275 million deal in additional funding for the company, which is pretty big because that will put their balance sheet to even stronger levels. And that will be ensuring that they can focus on the innovation and growth that they're planning for. If shareholders' approval is obtained, it is anticipated to a portion of the funding will be used for the EV cargo van Cross 1.4 program with the 5 EV crossover and the 5 RS high performance vehicle program development, which is once again a pretty big. Now, in terms of Mullen's partnership with LGG, which we already know that is on track with both the parties jointly scaling solid-state polymer battery cell technology with the objective of moving from individual cell level to the battery pack level. The solid-state polymer batteries are envisioned for the second generation growth of the Mullen 5 EV crossover. So you really want to understand this fully, how the battery pack can add more licensing deal and revenue stream for Mullen. And then other updates as well, but these were the very big updates. And the next update that I want to cover as well is their patent that they have shared with us and their overall roadmap. They announced the filing of US and international patent application for Mullen's 5 EV crossover, which is big because right now Mullen has filed over 130 patents in 24 countries in support of the Mullen 5 EV crossover, which is not a small feat. Company issued over 130 patents in support of this particular EV crossover that we have been talking about, and that is issued already in Japan, the 5 design patent that I'm talking about and this article is talking about. With 130 patent issued applications filed by Mullen related to design and styling of the MULN crossover, 5 EV crossover, covering the 5's exterior and interior designing that MULN wants to make sure that they have the pattern on. It includes areas such as bodywork, headlight, taillights, doors, mirrors, rims, headlights, headliners, seats, and steering. So it is going to be amazing to see that there is going to be one of a kind after they get the patent, and or they can license that deal to any other manufacturer as well. What that means is 130 plus patent. Once again, it's going to be pretty expensive, but it's also going to protect some of the innovation that Mullen has done, with 19 US design patents, filing 19 distinct designs, each of that which is pending and awaiting for examination. Now with 117 international design patent filing, with 7 distinct designs throughout 17 jurisdictions as well. And they have filed all these patents, which is going to put them into a unique situation that I just wanted to cover, which got a pretty positive news I've been seeing on many publications that Mullen have been going higher and higher in terms of the price point, and there's a ton of momentum as you see this article. Now, this is Market Watch talking about how did it went, how did it go for last few days, but this is really important to also understand how this patent will add more value into the company as well as their EV vehicles that they are talking about. One thing that I wanted to also touch upon is their average volume is 80 million. We have not seen that kind of volume for last many days. The last day on Friday, the volume was 46.8 mil. Now, if you think about what they have been doing, they went above and beyond, or 2x that average, or not 2x, but a little bit more than their average volume of 80 million, 102 million on June 21st. But after that, they dropped it, they're cut in half almost and in the volume. But the important thing is, remember when I covered in my last video, we were $1. From there, we went all the way up to 146. Before that, we went to 171, which was a 70% spike in terms of the price point. So congratulations once again if you were able to sell and buy again later on with 137. But all in all, it suggests a pretty good swing opportunity. If you're holding it for a long term, you don't really need to worry about, because there are so many catalysts for Mullen, and it is kind of definitely risk versus reward, but this is kind of a more promising risk that you're taking if you're taking it for a long term. You also want to note that I'm not a financial advisor. This video is not for buy or sell videos. I'm just buy or sell any stock, but I'm just sharing my research and analysis, hoping you can make informed financial decision. And in return, as once again, all I ask you is just hit the like and subscribe. If you think about this chart, this is going down and down and down, which is when it also creates an opportunity for buying at a very lower price. Because we have seen Mullen went all the way about $10, precisely $13.14. We went back down all the way here, but from there, we started going back up from 61 cents. We went to 311, and right now we're down at 146. Before that, we went to almost 85 cents. Now, if we can get out of this zone that we are right now, we should be able to once again hit $3 plus, which is where we get another resistance after crossing this particular point, which is $1.40. $1.40 has already been crossed because we are closed at $1.46. So that is once again a pretty bullish sign. Went to $1.71. We saw $1.57, and now we saw $1.46, which is when Mullen was closed on Friday. With that 57 RSI suggests pretty good RSI in my opinion, not an overbought, not an oversold condition right here, which is also putting Mullen from the technical standpoint pretty stronger position, as it spiked up almost 50% in the last 4 weeks. If you think about this chart, which is a 5 minutes chart for last 5 days, you should be able to see that we went kind of a cosine wave and we are getting back down, and we are once again, so this is the moving average $1.39. Their 146 is their current price point, or real-time price point, which is above their moving average. So we're getting back up again, ready for another sine wave, which is going to be in the positive direction. This is just based on the chart that we are seeing at the moment. With that, we saw there is a slightly higher RSI, which is 75, puts them into overbought condition at the moment, but it was pretty low, around 47, which went up in last one and a half hour of the trading session on Friday. But at that point, once there was a buying volume, and mostly because of the reason that people are thinking that there might be a pump coming up for Mullen because of June 27 that we have been waiting for Russell 2000, 3000 indexes. It is going to launch Mullen. I hope you like this video. Don't miss out on June 27. Just wanted to share this information with you. Doesn't necessarily mean that you have to buy or sell stock. At least you should know. Thanks for watching. Hit the like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.